I never really experienced back pain until I had a toddler, and then I was running after her, picking her up, making sure she didn't fall down the stairs, and not really thinking about how to take care of my back in the process. But our next guest has advice for you. We came out here to Brookneal to Rehab Associates to talk about how to best lift overhead or picking up from the ground. Check this out.
So it's definitely good to always think about keeping your spine in alignment. Any twisting, as Emily said, is gonna hurt your back or your shoulder, especially reaching in the back seat can hurt your shoulder and your back. If you're going to pick up a box, a baby, a golf ball, a pencil, it's always better to use your knees and squat down instead of just rounding your back and bending over to pick up something.
And you did a couple different moves with her, one of them more the squat and one the lunge, and those are both great ideas, especially if the baby's running away.
Yes, and so those are both options for how to safely lift. Your physical therapist can help as well if you have trouble with your back, your hips, your knees, your ankles, anything that keeps you from squatting or lunging like that. I showed two different examples because a lot of people can't squat down as far due to knee pain or hip pain or back pain, but your physical therapist can get you to where you can do a better squat that has less pain for you so you can lift safely and not have those injuries in the future.
And also some of those overhead lifts. Tell us about that.
So lifting overhead, I used a large weight, it was 15 pounds, but most of the time the lifting overhead is done into cabinets if you're putting dishes or cups away. So even though those don't weigh a lot, you still need to be aware of how your body is in space. Keep your stomach tightened and reach with the weight as close to you as possible instead of standing far away from the cabinet and reaching out like that where you're stretching your back.
So I've been in that place where you feel that twinge and you're like, uh-oh, I've just hurt myself. When does that become a major uh-oh and you need to see somebody like a physical therapist?
So typically if your pain's not resolving within a day or two by using heat and ice and just resting from that activity that you strained your back in, the quicker you go to a physical therapist, the better off you are. The longer you wait to see someone about your pain, the longer it takes and the harder it is to get you back to your full prior level of function. And that's where direct access comes in as well. A lot of insurances don't require you to have an order, so you can go straight to your physical therapist instead of going to the doctor who then sends you to physical therapy. So it saves you a little bit of time, gets you better quicker.
And speaking of which, you're improving your overall function and you're up on your feet again and you're not taking medication necessarily.
Right. So the goal is, if you have to take medicine to help with the pain, use that as short term as possible. Your physical therapist can show you some other ways to help alleviate your pain, using ice, heat, stretches, all of that to get you back where you want to be.
And also just building our overall strength. There's about 1 million muscles in the body, and finding those things and realizing where those weak points are is okay to fix that, right?
Yes, and I mean, even if you don't have pain, but you're concerned about your ability to lift or you're postpartum, you have to do a lot of lifting for your job, anything like that, you don't necessarily have to have pain. You can come to physical therapy and we can help you with your strength and your ability to lift to make sure you're engaging those correct muscles.
And we're in the Brookneal location, and speaking of lifting, you have a whole gym in here, so you can work those body parts, and you have an expert in here that can help you figure out what to do as well.
Yes, and even if you want to just come join the gym, we can help you set up a program that's safe for you and that works on the areas you want to target if you feel like you're comfortable doing the exercises independently.
Fantastic. And to learn what Rehab Associates can do for you or your family, feel free to give them a call at 855-RACV-4PT. Find their Facebook page or go online to racva.com.